front stores, Key Food and other places. Coming up on 621, Imus in the morning. Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Imus.
What do you want?
Oh, is that any way to greet me?
So why are you up at 6 o'clock?
I don't know, but now I'm up.
You stayed up all night, didn't you?
Of course not.
Oh, you didn't?
I have to do some writing early in the morning.
How about those Raiders?
Hey, how about Gary Carter?
How about who?
Gary Carter.
For the Mets?
Uh-huh.
Is that a good deal?
Frank Cashin, who we all made fun of for a long time,
Yeah.
has just trumped George Steinbrenner.
He has?
The Mets have a better chance to be in the World Series now than George does with Ricky Henderson.
Gary Carter's a great player, isn't he?
You bet he is.
Where'd he come from?
Montreal.
Oh, yeah. Isn't he supposed to be the best catcher in baseball or something?
You betcha. And he had a no-trade clause.
Yeah.
And he demanded to be traded, and the Expos tried to make the best deal. And he is the kind of guy that a whole team forms around. This is one of the great weeks for New York baseball in a long time.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? I'm very excited.
Are you really?
Yeah, I really am.
Are you saying that to just placate me?
No, I think it's pretty good.
By the way, I told Donald Trump our theory.
Yeah, but
He'd already heard it.
he had?
Yeah, for people who weren't listening yesterday,
Yeah.
it was that the only serious character flaw that we can see
Yeah.
is that he likes us.
Yeah.
And he told me to go ahead and find some new hobbies for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he accepts the fact that we might not be as great as he thought we were.
Well, what do we come up with?
Macrame.
What?
Macrame. It's like needlepoint.
Oh, yeah.
Speedboat racing.
Yeah.
And driving a New York taxi cab in his spare time.
Donald Trump?
Don't you think Donald would be funny when he picks up a fare saying, now, just between you and me off the record?
Yeah, that might be funny.
You don't sound good today.
I don't feel well at all.
What's the matter?
I got about an hour's sleep.
Why?
Well, never mind.
Well, why don't you go home and take the rest of... You want me to come over and handle the rest of the show?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be there in a little while.
Bye.
Bye.
6:23. 23 after 6, I missed in the morning. You know, I went to sleep early and then, I don't know, I woke up and went back to sleep. I'll tell you the problem I'm on these days. WNBC. WNBC, 6:26 now, 26 after 6. I am Imus in the morning, WNBC News. Good morning, Charles McCord.
Good morning, Donald. Here in the tri-state area, 26-year-old furniture store porter Robert Turley of Smithtown, Long Island, is to be arraigned today in the murder of 12-year-old Jennifer Goff, the girl whose body was found late on Sunday in a wooded area near her Nesconsant, Long Island home. Turley was arrested yesterday after he aroused police suspicions by lingering near the crime scene, approaching an officer there to say that the deep scratches he had gotten on his face were the result of a mugging he'd been through. The story didn't wash, according to investigators. They questioned him about the Goff killing, soon booking Turley on charges of second-degree murder. Authorities believe Turley followed Jennifer when she left a shopping center where he worked, accosting her then when she was about halfway to her home. Detectives are looking for a Brooklyn man who lists himself in the phone book as a rabbi on charges he sexually abused a 10-year-old boy who was a patient at an unlicensed child psychology center. The man ran out of his home. The Brooklyn DA's office says detectives of the Sex Crimes Unit have a warrant for the arrest of 37-year-old Avraham Mondrowitz, charging him with 2 counts of sexual abuse in the first degree, another of endangering the welfare of a child. The warrant charges Mondrowitz abused the boy on 2 occasions last June in his home. Detectives are also looking for other Mondrowitz clients who may also have been victims of sexual abuse. A new study by the New York State Department of Social Services, to be released today, says the city's program to protect children from abuse leaves a lot to be desired. WNBC's Pat Farnack reports the City Council General Welfare Committee listened to the criticism.
Committee Chairman Sam Horowitz says some of the criticisms of the city's program for children have merit, but more social workers have been added since the study was done, and they hope to add even more. But Horowitz says manpower isn't the only criticism.
They claim there are many deficiencies in the way procedures are done and the way the void between the social worker and the actual final solution to the problem.
A big problem cited by the study was that investigations of abuse proceed at a snail's pace, often not in time to save a child from harm. It also said 40% of the families in need of help didn't get it. Pat Farnack, WNBC News.
Out in New Jersey, a distinct, no pun intended necessarily, a distinct problem of waste disposal. There was no garbage pickup through some 20 Morris County towns yesterday, simply because there was no place to put anything. Now that the Hams landfill in Sussex County has been ordered closed as an environmental hazard, the New Jersey Supreme Court denied a request by the landfill's operators to reopen the dump ordered closed over the weekend. The state's Department of Environmental Protection has tried to convince the Morris County Board of Freeholders to find a new landfill site, but the board says there's no place suitable within the county. Possible solutions being studied. A couple of dumps in Middlesex County might be used if the Middlesex Board of Freeholders agreed to that, to open them to Morris County. And in the meantime, some 200,000 people are left with the garbage piling up out by the curb. The Union Carbide Company has distributed a safety report made 2 years ago about its plant in Bhopal, India. The report found so many lapses in safety there that inspectors predicted a massive gas leak could happen. As all the world knows, that prediction was disastrously fulfilled. 2,250 people died as a result of a gas leak last week. The safety report was released by Union Carbide at a news conference yesterday at its headquarters up in Danbury, Connecticut. Chairman Warren Anderson conducted the news briefing, and we have more about that from WNBC's Scott Thompson in Connecticut.
Union Carbide President Warren Anderson expressed his personal sorrow at the tragedy. Anderson added that the equipment used at the India plant was by no means secondhand.
We put in India the same kind of facilities that we would put in Charleston, West Virginia, not just with this particular business line, but any business line we're in.
Anderson vowed that the victims of the accident will be fully compensated with an additional $1 million in emergency aid being forwarded to the area. In Danbury, this is Scott Thompson for WNBC News.
The weather for the tri-state area, some early morning clouds, then mostly sunny, mild day. The Raiders won last night, and the Mets get Gary Carter from the Montreal Expos. Best catcher in baseball. Further details a minute away on WNBC. The time right now is 6:31.
L-C-N-U-T-C-E-T-S, let's go! Everyone's Carl Brown Chicken McNuggets.
Pumpkin Plains. Let's get some uniform names in this country.
Now, wait a minute. You handle these quite well, as a matter of fact.
Sally Kellogg Russo of Bridgeport, Connecticut.
See?
And the Empire Diner. Lisa and I had breakfast at the Empire Diner.
Get out of here. Now, don't start
Thanksgiving morning.
Did you really?
Yeah.
And these are the folks who sent,
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
We were over there, and she was taking a train up to someplace.
Yeah.
Up to, she was going up to her uncle's something.
Montreal.
And she missed the train.
Yeah.
So we went over to the Empire Diner, and I had scrambled eggs, which I never eat.
And turkey.
No. I had a steak.
Oh, did you?
Browns. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
At the Empire Diner.
Ain't that fun?
Right.
Sure.
All right, we have $50 donations and $20 donations. God, we have 2 pages of $50 donations, and I'll share those with you later.
And thank you.
I know it's boring,
Everybody.
and I'm sorry, but
he made a commitment, and when Don Imus is committed, wait a minute.
I said I'd read the names, and that's what I intend to do.
That's it.
And if you'd like to get in on this so that you don't walk around and feel like a creep the rest of your life,
Yeah.
you make a check out to the Catholic Relief Services and send it to Imus in the Morning, WNBC Radio, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, 10020. And I know when you do it, you feel a lot better. You know, it's just there's so many charities and there's so many things that we can give money to, and it's difficult to know where to start. But when we have fellow human beings on this earth literally starving to death and dying, we have to. It's a responsibility of every human being on this earth to do something about it if they can. And everybody doesn't have to give $500 or $1,000 or $5,000 like Donald Trump. But I expect to hear from a lot of people like Coca-Cola and Stroh's. All the people at Stroh's. I expect to hear from McDonald's. I expect to hear from Carvel. Lots of these people I expect to hear from. And I better hear from them because I don't have to get icky if I don't. You know? You can't continue to sell Stroh's and hamburgers and not, you know. Do we have any spots?
Oh, why don't you play them?
Rufino Orvieto, the white wine for people who know their white wine.
Is this your first wine tasting class?
Oh, well.
Listen, I've been to a lot.
Really?
Tasted some fabulous wines. Let me know if you need any assistance.
Well, then maybe...
For traffic reports are brought to you from the Helicopter for Rod Frank. I'm Donna Fiducia on WNBC.
Thanks, Donna. 644, 1607. I'm in the morning. WNBC. WNBC 648, 12 till 7 o'clock. This record goes on for another minute, but it's really just a boring record. It's okay for about the first 3 minutes, and then after that, the record sucks. WNBC weather, some early morning clouds, then sunshine, a mile high in the low 50s. Clear tonight, low in the 30s, is 45 down here. Harry Tucker and I were talking during the record. Where, the people who sell food, particularly, like McDonald's and like Burger King and like Wendy's, where's the beef? That's what people in Ethiopia want to know is, where's the beef? Or people who sell, like Coca-Cola and like Canada Dry and like Stroh's and all of our advertisers. I expect to hear from them with respect to this Catholic Relief Services thing. And if I don't hear from them, I'm going to tell you I didn't hear from them. Or Carvel and stuff. Guy spends hundreds of thousands of dollars advertising people to buy those dopey cakes and that stupid ice cream. And those people have got to contribute to this, to specifically this fund, And if they don't, then I'm going to get icky with them. That's all. Because I don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me whether somebody advertises on this radio station or not. I mean, there are too many ads anyway, so I don't care. So, Donald Trump can't be the only good rich guy going, can he? I mean, everything that comes up, and God knows how much stuff he gets asked to contribute to. Everything. And he always comes through. So... But there's got to be more, and you don't want to have to shame him into it. I realize that if some executive at McDonald's can't just sit down and write a company check for something, that they have to get together and decide what to do, but they're going to have to get together and decide to do something, that's all. Because I'm not going to sit here and do the commercials and not hear from them. WNBC weather, did I tell you that? Yeah, I did. Okay, let's do something else.
Squeeze me a glass of tropical